Okay. Hello, everybody. Hopefully we've got some of you guys here today. Let me know if you can hear me. I haven't been on in a while. I feel out of practice, out of sorts. So let me know when you're here. I think Sammy's coming over to say hi real quick. Say hi.
Hi.
Got a little wave in there, huh? Oh, and this is Sweet Pea's hand.
Hi.
Sweet Pea is from Build-A-Bear. It's his new best buddy. So, anyhow, today I'm going to work on some rainbow rocks for kind of a cause in our area that you guys may have heard about, depending on where you are. Actually, anywhere, because I think it went nationally. But there was a young lady that disappeared in early March from a town nearby, and everybody was looking for her. And they arrested someone for kidnapping her, and then shortly after, unfortunately, they found her remains. So the communities in this whole northern Nevada area have really come together to support people. Were searching on foot, on four-wheelers, on horses, and just support the family because it's very tragic. She was only 18 years old, and so she loved rainbows. And so we are going to have a day where we encourage our members from the local groups to drop rainbow rocks anywhere in the community, just in her honor. So figured today that would be a good thing to work on. So I'm just going to use paint pens. Hopefully, I haven't touched these in a while, so I may have to do some serious shaking. But that's the plan for today. Hi, Natty. Good to see you. Feels like it's been a hot minute since we've been on here. That's okay. I had to take some breaks. And I think I probably won't be back on until towards the end of the month because next weekend we'll be busy, and the weekend after that, I think, is Easter. So looks like my pink pen's already dead, so I'm doing some serious shaking on the side. Sorry about that. I did base coat this one a little bit because I'm going to use these neon paint pens, and they often need a little help. I think this needed to be rinsed with water, actually. It's dried up on me. The nib is nice, and oh, there we go. Got some on the finger. Got it rolling. Let's see if we can get it to come out on the paper. Testing over here on the side with paper. It's trying. Oh, it's all over my finger, but it's not coming out on the paper too well, so I'm going to shake some more real quick here. Hi, Tina. I think your name looks new. You must be new. Welcome. And hello, Mary Jane. I know you're in the general area too, so you probably heard about this. So you had snow. Oh yeah, you have crazy weather like we do. We've been going the rounds from warm weather to freezing to, we had a little bit of snow last week, I think. Now we're back to warmer temperatures, I think, for a while. I noticed this pen is not, there we go. Our trees in the backyard are finally blooming. Yay for that. Hi, Connie. Good to see you. Okay, I think I got this pink pen possibly cooperating. Hopefully we won't have as much trouble with all of these. Let's see here. Oh, hot mess. I am a hot mess. I say that phrase a lot. I even have a coffee cup that says Hot Mess Express, I think, or something like that. It's very fitting. All right, let's see here. This pen is just being, there we go. Okay, I think it's going to cooperate. So let's see if we can get, these are neon. So normally this spot would be red for me, but I'm going to go with pink because that's the closest neon to the red. This pen is really not wanting to cooperate, so I may have to do some touch-ups after we get off, which is fine. I think the trick that I've learned from those metallic tulle arts, which I also brought over here, is that you have to wash these nibs when you put them away. And I think that's why this one's messed up, is because it got crusty with the paint. So, tip for the wise. Wash your paint tips off. Oh, no buds on your trees yet. Oh, that's not fun. We're getting there. Getting there. Oh, there we go. Maybe we'll get some of that. Ooh, now I got too much. Just kind of smooth it around the bend here. See what we can get out of it. I'm on the fence. I may put in memory or something, or justice, since they have arrested someone, although I hate to. Sometimes they make mistakes on that, but I think there may be some pretty good evidence on this person. So I'm debating about writing anything on these versus just dropping some rainbows. I might write something on the back. So maybe not the front, but the back. Because then, you know, sometimes these get found for years to come. We did a memorial drive 3 or 4 years ago. It was before COVID, for a little girl that passed. It was really tragic. It was in a bounce house accident. The wind caught it and took it up to a power line. So we did a drive for her, and we were able to put all the rocks in. There's a children's garden at our local children's hospital. So that was really nice. And we wrote, I think, in loving memory of her name or in honor of her name, and they still get found now. So it's kind of cool that you can do something that will live on for the person. This pink pen is just not happy today. I now know. So word to the wise, wash your paint pens off when you're done using them. Just run the tip under your faucet, and it's so much better. So much better for you. Let me see here. What's Tina got? Oh, okay, Tina's new. You've been watching the videos for a couple months, and the first time you caught a live. Yay! I know this time just kind of worked for us, and it kind of ended up sticking. I don't know if we'll ever change it. It seems to work for my life, and we get a fair amount of view. I think we pushed it back an hour. It used to be at noon, and then we pushed it to 1 because more people were available, at least my time, 1 o'clock. So I'm glad you're here. Okay, now I'm going to try this orange and see if it'll... This one's a little more cooperative than the pink. And I may go over all of this with glitter paint or something just to make it sparkly before I finish them off. But I think we're going to do a massive drop next Saturday. Give people a little bit of time to make their rainbows. A lot of people were already making rainbow rocks and rainbow everythings when we were looking for her and hoping that she would be found alive. So it's just a very, very strange world. It's very sad and difficult sometimes to accept that these things happen, but I guess that's all the more reason why what we do is still important, because you put the kindness and the goodness out, and we beat out the bad, beat out the evil. There's more of us that do good things than the bad guys. That's my opinion anyway. I may be living in a strange world, but that's the only way I can make sense of these tragedies, is that we have to rise above them and show the bad guys that we outnumber them. Let's see how yellow's super crusty. Perfect. I don't know if you guys can see, I'll focus on it, but it is super dry and crusty. So I did not think before coming in here to rinse them off, because I think that would have solved everything. That's okay. Let's see if we can get this guy working. I'm just working on a piece of paper off to the side where I'm trying to get the paint to re-engage with us a little bit. It's trying. It's trying. How's everybody's week been? Okay, it's 4 o'clock where you are, so you must be on the East Coast somewhere. I'm on the West Coast. Yes, I agree with you. Throwing out that kindness to stamp out the bad. For sure. Okay, I think I've got a little bit of yellow cooperating here, maybe. It's gonna be, this isn't showing on your guys' end as bright as it is on mine, so I'll definitely post these and share them with you. So you guys can see them. Sometimes I do have to touch up some of the live stream ones after the fact because I don't have all of my good supplies over here because I'm in a different area than where I normally paint. Sorry for all the shaking. Shake, 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 shake. Oh my goodness, this pen is just angry at me today. Let's see if I can scrunch some of it off on a paper towel. Maybe. Get it to cooperate a little bit. I should have tested my pens before I came over here. So I have a good question for you. I'm going to actually switch because I don't think I can fix all of these. I'm going to just sit here spending all of my time shaking. I'm going to switch to some littler rocks and use the metallic ones that I've got here. So this is what I was just using, is these neon acrylic paint pens. I really like them. They're a lot of fun. I like that they come with both the broad and the thin ones for more intricate designs, but it was before my time of knowing to wash off the nibs, so they're a little messy. So I'm going to switch over to these guys. They're glitter paint pens. I don't think glitter is accurate. I would call these metallic. They look more metallic to me. So I'm going to switch over. Let me pull out the rainbow effect here. A couple colors. I'm going to do, get these rocks out of the way. These rocks are littler. So I'm going to do pink, orange, yellow. Yeah. Green. Which green do I want? There's a couple of greens in here. Let's do that green. And blue. And a purple. Let's do that. Like that. Okay. Probably still going to have to do some shaking here, but not as much. These ones I did use are, they're washed. I washed them. Oh, maybe not. I haven't used this one yet. So this color I have not used yet. So I'm going to shake it up and then I'm going to burp it. If you guys saw that video. I don't know if I can show it properly the way this is sitting, but you shake them up really, 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 really good. And then you stand it up. Let's see if I can do this in front of you vertically. So it's standing up, it's pointing at you guys. And then you push down on the nib and you'll hear like a little burp or a bubble pop kind of. So that's the air getting let out. And then I shake it some more. And then I just put some paper here so you can see. I will take it and just depress the nib on the paper to release. You see kind of the paint coming down here. And it'll come down into the pen. See how it's sneaking down into the pen? You can see it right there. So we just have to let it, and then I'll shake some more. And let that come down. It's coming down. See how it's coming down in a line? Oh, come on, focus. Let's see. Okay, focus. But you can see that, oops, the line right there. The paint is coming right down to the tip. So now we should be able, there we go. See? Color. There we go. Okay. Take that over here. I think I'm going to start with this guy because it's kind of already rainbow shaped. I'm just going to draw my best arch that I can. Freehanding scares me. And give it a thickness about the same. So you can see these are more metallic than glitter. That's how I would describe them. They're sold as glitter paints. I really like them. I just think it's a better descriptor to call them metallic than glitter. What did I make with these? Oh, I made an Easter egg not too long ago. There's a tutorial for that one with these. That was the first time I tried them. So you can see better the whole burping and shaking process in that video if you want to see it. So it's kind of cool. So you can see how it's more metallic. It looks almost bronze from what you guys are seeing, but here it's almost like a nice mauve color, like a mauve, metallic mauve. So I'm going to do this color. I love how this rock sits up on its own. It's going to be cool. That's going to be a fun one. I'm going to get this on all three and give it a chance to kind of dry in between before adding the next color. Oh, it looks like Connie's also from the East Coast. Cool. So it's really almost dinner time for you guys over there, huh? It's crazy. I haven't traveled to the East Coast in a while, but the older I get, the more it messes me up to do that 3-hour time travel. Sometimes I have to go to Washington, D.C. for my job, like once every other year. But since COVID, they haven't had any of the meetings in person, so I haven't had to go there. Which is okay. I kind of miss traveling and I kind of don't. I've done enough of it. It's time to find a new job that's less travel-y. Oh, I feel like my hand's shaking. Definitely gonna have to get outside today because it's very nice outside here. I think we have a wind warning coming up, so I want to get out there before the wind starts. It's very sunny and just mild, comfortable before the summer hits and it gets miserable hot. Because that's coming. Oop. All right. Okay. So I've got red on 3. Now I'm going to switch over to the orange. It doesn't really look. I need to get better lighting in here, I think. It's kind of a light metallic orange. So again, I'm going to shake, shake, shake. I've used this one before, so this one shouldn't be as bad, or as difficult, rather. So I just test it out a little bit. It's not coming out great, so I'm going to shake it up some more. Try not to make you guys dizzy by doing it in the camera. Let's see here. There we go. Now it's coming out better. Okay. Let's see here. This one might not show up as well. Let's see. It's kind of blending in because these rocks are really dark. I'm going to leave a little bit of space in between each of my colors. I like doing those sketchy rainbows. So leave a little bit of space. I may touch this up with some other orange later because it's not really showing as orange. It's just darkening the rock. That's a good case for why base coats are useful. And even like if you're going to do something this thin, you could take a white paint marker and just make your lines for whatever you were going to do with the white paint marker too. Because sometimes it's hard to get the control with a brush to do these thin things, at least for me. I like being able to hold these like you're holding a pen. Helps. Hi, Sue. More East Coasters. Yay. You guys are in full force today. Oh my goodness. You went to Arizona for your honeymoon and got messed up with the time change. That makes sense. And that's not even all the way west. So you might not have had to change the full 3 hours unless they were, I think they don't differ from us with the daylight savings thing. I can't remember. My best friend used to live there. But yeah, I was hearing on NPR the other day that this whole making the daylight savings time permanent that Congress is considering, that the one that they're considering making permanent is actually the one that it's not the one that the science supports. So they think we should make the one permanent that we just got out of. So the one that carries through winter, because I guess that scientifically, that one matches our body's natural rhythms better, and like the circadian rhythms and the sleep cycles and all of that. So I thought it was kind of funny that everybody's really excited to not have to switch clocks anymore, but they might actually be making the one permanent that isn't the best for us, which I thought was kind of funny. Ironic, rather, not funny. Goodness. Yeah, this orange is definitely not showing up like it should. It's just kind of looking dark. So I may have to do some correcting to this one. Let's see. The mauve is really pretty though. It's showing up really good on the dark rock. Sometimes these rocks can just be tricky to get anything on because they're dark, and then anything wet kind of darkens even more. Like the resin will make them almost look black. So sometimes I will put Mod Podge over the design if I want the color to stay more like this gray under the resin. If you put Mod Podge on it, it will stay this color. It kind of protects it from the resin. So that's a trick. Because I do like this color too. And they also look nice with the really dark. So it just kind of depends on what you want. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? I don't think we've seen you in a while. I don't know why I'm saying that. I haven't seen us in a while. It took a couple of weeks off, it feels like. At least one, maybe two. I can't even remember. I just know I needed them. Okay. Let's move on to, oops. Okay, so yellow is one that I haven't used yet. This is the cap. This is it. You can tell I haven't used it yet because it's all nice and clean. So I'm going to do some big shakes on this one and see how we do. I see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it would be dark for kids going to school. Okay, I guess that is part of the consideration. That makes sense. It is pretty dark during the winter months here, so that makes sense. So maybe there's more method to their madness than I'm giving them credit for. It's hard to say. It is the government, though. So that's a good question. You can add Mod Podge and then a sealer. You just want to make sure it's dry. I do that a lot. I actually also use the Mod Podge when I use spackle to, if I smooth bumps in a rock, and that dries, but it's kind of like soft drywall is what it is. And I noticed that if I just put that and then painted over it, and then I went to write with one of these paint pens, that my paint pen would like sink into the little holes. So when I put the spackle on, I put the Mod Podge on, let it dry, and it's kind of like it seals it in. And so you can do the sealer over the Mod Podge. A lot of people also do that to prevent smearing. Like some pens, I guess people have trouble. I don't know what pens they are because I haven't had trouble with smearing pens. But some people's pens smear when they put resin on or the sealer, so they'll put the Mod Podge on to kind of seal it in. As long as you let it dry, it should be fine. I think all it is, my theory, I should probably look this up, it's just watered down Elmer's glue. Because if you smell it, it smells like Elmer's glue, and it kind of goes on like that, and it dries clear. So it's quite handy for a lot of things. Oh, you have been around. You're lurking. I see. You're a lurker. So this yellow is super pretty. Look how shiny that one is. Can you see it? It's got lots of sparks. So this one actually has more glitter in it. A little bit. It almost looks gold. Let's see how this looks when we put it on. Hopefully it'll show up. Yeah. It's so weird. Some of these must have different pigments in them. And they show up differently because that orange just is like, nope, not today. This and mauve are quite pretty. So I don't know what that's about. But I do know that these are, I think they're pigment based as opposed to, I don't know what based, but they make a big deal out of that, the Tule Art folks, that the pigment is more, I think, bright and probably opaque would be my guess. The orange doesn't even look like it's there, but it's there. It is there. And so, Rhonda, these are, I'll show you the box so you can see it. And I'll link these. This light is making a funny thing. They're Tule Art glitter paint pens. And there's 16 of them in the box. They kind of have sort of pointy tip, but it's kind of a broad pointy tip. These were on sale for a while, and I think they might still be. So I'll definitely link it in the description after, or maybe do a community post on it, because I got them for $10. They were $9.99, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if they're trying to clear them out, or maybe they expire. I don't know. I should probably look at them. So yeah, they're fun. I think I should probably play around with writing with these, because that's one of the beauties of the pens, is that you can write with them too, or just do any kind of like fine detail work that a paintbrush might be intimidating. But this color is really pretty. Our first and our third colors are super pretty. The orange just was a dud. Don't know what happened there. I'll have to look back in the box. Maybe there's another one I can go over the orange with that is a little better. So I am using two different types. The neon were also Tule Art though. Same brand, just different. They're neon, the first ones I tried to use, but they need to be washed off. They're not cooperating. So I switched over to the metallic because I knew that these were newer and they would come out. So that's why I switched to these. I kind of like how these are coming out. Little Boho Rainbows. And it's just really simple. You just have to be able to make an arch, and you could pencil it in if you want. Use a chalk pencil or something, or trace an arc of something to help your shape be what you want. But the Boho Rainbows don't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of them. They can be a little off kilter, and they look just like they're supposed to. So, okay, switching over to green. So green doesn't really look super green in your guys' picture, but I've used this one too, so I'm just going to shake it up. So you do your resining outside, I'm guessing, Connie, because you're waiting for the weather to be warmer, unless you're going to UV resin outside, maybe. I still did that even in the winter, as long as it was sunny. And I've been okay using art resin inside. That hasn't bothered me because it's non-toxic, and I have a good corner to leave everything to dry, and I have a little sign so people know not to touch it. But some people use different brands of resin that I haven't used that might be more stinky. You know, where you have to be careful with the fumes type of thing. Okay, let's see how this green does. It's kind of a light green, so let's see if it cooperates. I think so. These are kind of unique rainbows, I guess. We'll go with it though. That works. I don't think the colors are showing through too well on the camera. I really need to figure out a better lighting situation. I have a couple windows over here that work for natural light, but it's not directly over. I think I'm creating a shadow with my big head. So that'll help us be able to see things better. I have good lighting for the tutorials, but a little trickier over here. There you go. Everybody loves the glittery stuff. You guys are my people. I'm a sparkle freak. It is a lot of fun. And not many of my rocks escape without some sparkle. Not enough glitter in the world for Natty. Oh, I think we got that comment before, right? Resoning? We got that one, yeah. Oh, let's see. Get this green on here. This one's not going to have room for too much more in the middle. Let's see. All right, let's switch over to what's next? Blue. So I have blue and purple. I may not have room for both, but I have the blue and the purple set aside. I used both of these on the Easter egg, so they should cooperate pretty nicely for us. I wonder what would happen if I took the orange neon pen, because there's no other oranges in here, and put it underneath the metallic and then put the metallic over it. It might really change the color profile of everything. That might not be a good idea. I did bring my other tulies over here though. Maybe I could put a little bit of orange under it and then put the metallic over. I might try that to save the other one. All right, let's see if we can get some blue squished in these. Let's see here. Okay. Maybe a small one. I think blue is all we're gonna fit. So there's the blue. I guess that looks better. If I put it up closer, you can kind of see. So it's just the orange that was not cooperating. Let's see what we can do here. This one is the most conducive to a rainbow shape, the rock itself. So I think I can probably put purple on this guy too. There we go. Those are cute. This was totally random and off the wall, but I really like how the metallic's coming out. It would be pretty on a Santorini stone. Then it would really show up. There's a really squished middle. Super squished. So let me see about putting purple on this one, because I think we'll be able to fit it on this guy. You can fit purple on there. Make sure the purple pen works. Okay, a little bit on there. There we go. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to try and repair this orange. I'm going to try a little bit of a Hail Mary. So I also have these are acrylic paint pens, the Thule Art, that comes with all of these colors. I believe this one costs about $20. It's affordable. It's really affordable. I have not used these ones in a long time though, so it may be tricky to get them to work. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to take this light orange and put it over the orange on here, and then we'll go over it with the metallic and see if we can save this poor little rainbow. Let's see if it cooperates. This pen looks like it was used before, but a long time ago. Oh, this might work for it. Hey! Let's try. You used to bedazzle and that dates you. That's funny. I know what you're talking about. I remember those commercials. Yeah, Santorini. You spelled it exactly right. You got it. You got it. Okay, let's see if we can save this guy. Oh no, he's right. Okay. Now the key is to make sure that I get it aligned exactly with where it was before. And then let it dry before we come back with more. Hopefully we won't get too many lines in it. Sometimes when you do paint pen over paint pen, it loosens up the layer underneath and you get these funny lines, but we might be able to save it this way. Let's see here. I think it might work. Let's see. This is a really good color too. It's kind of a muted orange, almost like a peach, like a dark peach color. So it might be exactly, that kind of helped. And then if we put metallic over it, whoops, let's see where I missed spots though. Make sure we get all the edges. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can save the rainbows. There's always tricks up my sleeve, I guess. I guess I could have gotten regular orange paint and a thin brush out too and done that, but I had these over here, so that helps. Yeah, these Thule Art are not the first paint pens. I started with Posca pens, and I still like those. And I don't know when exactly Thule came on the scene necessarily, because they really, I think, market to rock painters specifically, where Posca puts it out to all kinds of different types of art and stuff. But I think these almost get a little bit better coverage than a Posca pen. They're kind of shiny when they dry, where a Posca pen is not. So I don't know what the exact difference is, but they are also a little more affordable. So they also have these other sets that I've not invested in that are all, like they have one that's all skin tones that goes from white to peachy to, all kinds of browns. And that one is pretty cool. And they have like a set that's all different shades of blue and all different shades of greens and I think reds and pinks. So it's pretty cool. And then they have a starter kit that we gave away. Gosh, I don't remember. Was that 3 weeks ago? For the 2,000 member celebration giveaway. And it's the coolest thing. It's in a case and it's got a rainbow of colors. It's got some fine line black and it had graphite paper, but it's in this nice carrying case. And I think that's like $22. So if you were thinking of buying this set with the rainbows, I would look at that one and get the nice little carrying case and the paper and the fine liners. It's a good deal. But yeah, I like these a lot. And I like that they come in the different, sometimes you get the different sizes in the same box, which is nice. Posca, I've never seen that. You have to buy the set in the same size, I guess, pen size. So Thule is a good brand, I think. I like it. I think another one people use that I've never tried is Artistro. I think that's how you say it. There's Artistro, there's Arteza. I have the Arteza watercolor pencils, and I like those. But you can easily get into trouble buying too many supplies. It's very easy to do. But I think this trick may save the day on us. Hopefully. I don't know how the metallic's going to go down on top of it, but we'll see. I wonder if I should try and do the big rainbow metallic too. If I go over it, I wonder what it would do. Why not? Let's try it while the orange is drying. Can't hurt, right? Let's see what it does. Just for giggles. Oh, it covers good. Let's try it. It's covering that pink pretty good, actually. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. These have good coverage, so that should be a testament to that the Thule brand has good coverage with their pens. It's making it kind of blend into the orange. That's the one bummer, is this one's got the rainbow stripes touching where the others don't, but that's okay. I could always come back and put black lines in between also. They're going to be thin anyway, so around the arch we go. Does anybody have exciting plans coming up now that it's spring? We already had our spring break. Our spring break was kind of middle of March, and the kids get 2 weeks off. So that was fun. I got 2 weeks off. I took a little bit of time off because our big kids, the twins, had a birthday. So we spent that with them. And then now everybody's back in school. So, but I know a lot of people are doing spring break now, maybe. It used to coincide around Easter, but not so much anymore. I think it works with the school schedules. And what else was I going to say? I forgot. Spring break, something. It left me. Don't know. It happens. So you think the Posca are archival and good light fastness? Yeah, they have a lot, and I do like. Did I bring any of those over? These. I don't think I'll be using them, but the Posca. Come on, focus. PC1MR. I love these for writing because they're very smooth to write with. These are favorites of mine. I think, Natty, that you are a real artist because I don't know that I know what you're talking about. The light fast and the archival median. But I think, I'm also wondering, because I've seen some of the tube paints at Michael's on the back that have a rating where it tells you if it's fully opaque or not. Because I was thinking of trying some of those, like a yellow and a red maybe, because those are colors that you have trouble getting good solid coverage with. So you're going to make me do my homework because I don't think I know those terms, which is more to the fact that I've never claimed I'm a real artist because I just like to doodle and I like to doodle on rocks. So feel free to educate us all because I don't know. But it sounds like it has to do with the color quality maybe and how bright they are, maybe how bright they are. I don't know. See, I'm not a real artist. Oh, okay. You do watercolor painting. It's so funny. I am scared to death of watercolors, but I like the watercolor pencils because you can color them first. But then I like those metallic watercolors that I've been getting, and those are basically real watercolors. So I probably need to get over myself with those. But I use them mostly to fill things in. I just need this to be a little darker underneath. But yeah, I really love those metallic watercolors. They're so fun. And I think half of the fun of them is watching them actually go on. This is not going to cooperate with me. You know what? Our yellow was really pretty with the metallic, so let's see Let's see if I can get a little better light in here. I think this will probably cover it up pretty good because this one was like the goldish looking yellow. Yeah, those metallic watercolors, I think half of the fun with them is painting with them and watching them kind of sparkle until they dry. And then they're still pretty. Like when the resin goes on, they're still really pretty, but there's something really fun about how they go on that makes them kind of addictive because they're just so sparkly. So if you like sparkle and you like watercolor, the metallic watercolors are pretty amazing. And I think you have to get the homemade ones. There's a lot of people that make them homemade. Because I know one of our fellow admins has tried to get a set off of Amazon, like a commercial type set, and it did not do what those homemade ones do. So I think there's something to it. Because they're mixing the pigments, and I need to make another order because I saw a hologram version. It's like a silvery hologram, and I want those. Super want those. Yellow, what do I do next? Green. Oh, okay, Natty's going to inform us here. Let's see. So you think that it has to do with the sustainability of an art piece being, in the light and durability. Okay, I see. That makes sense too, because things potentially can fade. That's one of the things I have in the back of my mind on my to-do list for a video is to test a couple different things out in the sun with a couple of different sealers and see how they hold up. I did that when I first started playing with the UV resin. I put UV resin up against art resin, and I put the exact same paint. I put yellow and I think a turquoise, anything that looked like it could be fade prone. And then I wrote on it and I put some glitter paint so that they were essentially exactly the same. And then I did one with art resin and one with UV resin, and I left them outside in the direct sunlight for 30 days. And when you put them side by side, you could see that the art resin had yellowed a little bit. So that was interesting to me, that it had yellowed a bit and the UV resin hasn't. My personal unscientific theory on that is because the UV resin cures with UV light, that maybe it does better with UV light. But it's unscientific. Not sure if that's anything at all. And again, you could only really see it when they were side by side. Like if you removed the art resin from it, you couldn't really tell the yellowing as much. So I still think art resin is a really good product. So I still use that for bigger batches of things. UV I've been using a lot more just because when I'm doing the tutorials for you guys, I'm often just getting it done on the weekend, and I want to put resin on it so that you see how shiny and, bring the glitter out, the sparkle out or whatever. And the only way I can do that is to do it quickly, so I use the UV resin. So a lot of times I'll just UV resin the front, and then I'll get a bunch of those and then have an art resin party and do the backs. So they get kind of a double coat on the front. This worked out well. It's kind of making this guy pretty. I'll have to come back on the orange, but we saved the neon rainbow. Thank goodness. Let me put the purple on, and then we'll come back to this guy and see how it does with the metallic orange. And then we'll probably call it a day, or call it a week. Yeah, I like how these came out. It's simple. If you guys haven't noticed, I kind of like simple designs because sometimes the simple, they really pop. I really loved the bunnies this week. It looks like you guys did too, because that video performed really well. So that one was so much fun. And I love that it was just simple black and white with a pop of color. And so cute. I made another one this morning on a smaller Santorini, so that was pretty cool. All right, let's set this to the side. How dry is this? It's not totally dry, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. Or it's dry, but it feels a little tacky, I should say. But let's see, this flows pretty good, so I'm going to see if I can get it on top of it. Maybe. Nope, it's not going to work. It's trying to pull up the paint, so I think I have to wait and let it. See how it made a little line right there, like big old fingers. I think I'm gonna have to wait on this and put maybe just wait for it to dry, or I have orange glitter. I think I'll probably wait for it to dry just so that the metallic matches the rest of these. But I think we did a good job saving these. They came out pretty cute. I think this one is probably my favorite once we get that orange fixed, which I'll fix it and then I'll post them so you guys can see them. I think this is my favorite because the shape of the rock just lent itself really well to a rainbow. So with that, I think we'll probably close it out for today. And I won't be on next weekend because my birthday is next weekend, so we have plans. And probably not the following weekend because it's Easter. Unless I figure out some alternate way to do it. But tutorials will still be coming out during the week. So keep your eyes peeled for those. And then I'll probably see you in a couple of weeks. We'll do another live. So give everybody a good break. Hang out with your family, paint some more rocks. Make sure to find me on Facebook or Instagram because I love seeing what you guys make, whether it's from the videos or not. It's really cool to see what other people make. So I was having a discussion with someone else about that on Facebook earlier, that it's those are the only two places I think we can do it because YouTube won't let us put pictures in the comments. So come find me. And I have a question. What do I set my resined rocks on? So actually I use what it's on right now, except I use the other side. So this thing that I have, let me move these so I can peel it up. It is a silicone mat that you can get on Amazon. And I will try and remember to link everything that we talked about today in the description below. But it's just a big rectangular mat. And so it's got like a matte side, which is what I'm working on now because it doesn't shine. And then there's a shiny side. You can see that. And so the shiny side is what I'll use for resin. This is my favorite thing. A lot of people use those, gosh, what are they called? They're like cat scat mats or something. It's to keep cats from coming into your garden or on your porch. And they're pokey. Or I've seen people build things with nails where the nails are sticking up and then they set the rocks on top of them. I don't like that because then the resin ends up having these sharp pokey marks in the back that you have to like sand off. With these, I mean, you could use this side too, but it won't be, it'll kind of pick up the matte finish of it. But if you use the shiny, put them on here and you peel them off, and the most that you'll get is if you put too much resin on and it runs over the side of the rock and forms kind of a flattened piece on the back, which is sandable off if it's sharp or anything. So these are my favorite thing. They do sometimes get cluttered with, this one's pretty clean, but sometimes resin, let's see if I can see it right here. See these little pieces of resin, sometimes it gets on there, but it also peels off really easily. Sorry, my poor fingers are cracked. Still dry here. So you can peel the resin off of them pretty easily, but after a while, I do end up replacing them because it's hard to get all of it off. But even if it sticks, what'll happen is you'll put the rock down, and if there's some resin still stuck on there, it'll kind of cure to your rock, and then you can just take sandpaper and sand it smooth. Or I will also use, what's it called? Nail buffers. Nail buffers are really good for fine sanding. And they're easier to hold than sandpaper. So, anyhow, okay, so thank you, Rhonda, for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Natty had a suggestion to add dots around the rainbow. And happy birthday. Thank you. I like that. Yeah, the thick rainbow I think needs something because everything's touching. Tina, thank you so much for stopping by. It was great having you. Happy Easter, and thank you for the birthday wishes. So Natty uses the cat thingy, which is fine. It's to each his own, right? It's just, for me, it's a little bit, and pokey matte square is probably a very accurate description because they are pokey things. And they work well. A lot of people use them. And I think that would work really well for the UV resin, because the UV resin you have to do one side at a time. So the bottom side would either have resin on it already or nothing. So that's a thought too. Oh, you had pokey things on the bottom. Got it. So yeah, I will get off of here, and then I will link these mats in the description because they're not very expensive. I think it's like $6.99 and you get 3 of them, and they're really bright, pretty colors, and I like them, and I use them for other things too, you can see. So anyhow, you guys have a great week, and I will see you in a couple weeks, but otherwise I will see you in cyberspace with a new tutorial on Tuesday and whatever else I can manage to put out in the meantime. So everybody have a good week, and I will see you later. Thank you, Shannon. Everybody have a great week. Bye.